All right, everybody. Nick Rouse once again. Here going over Access 365 2021 Capstone Level 3, Part 3. This is our third part in our viewer mail series for this week. Somebody did request for me to go over this project, so I am. So here's Part 3. So, that being said, here we go. Step 22. So 22 through 27, and we are done. So step 22 says create a query to display the sales of original blend popcorn on July 4th, 2022 from the sales archive table. So we again are creating another query in design view. This time we are including the items table and sales archive tables, so I'm just going to pop those in. Again, doesn't matter what order you add these, just double click on each to add them over here. All right, done with that. Okay, so here we go. Item name fields. We're going to double click on item name to display it down below. Date and quantity are our other two fields, both from the sales archive. Again, I'm double clicking these to add them down below. So we're going to add the criteria to return only records where the item name is original blend. So down here in criteria, and make sure you are spelling original blend correctly. If you misspell this, nothing will come up. And the date is July 4th, 2022. So I'm going to go 7/4/22, enter. You notice when I did 7/4/22, it populated that with 2022 and put pound symbols around the date. There should be 8 records when we run it. So run it again, bam, 8 records. There it is. That is pretty. All right. So we're going to go ahead and save this as, and this is a really long one, so you want to copy this, July 4 original blend query. So we're going to go ahead and save it and paste it in. Just paste it in. Click OK. You're going to get used to pasting these in just by copying them from here and pasting them in. All right, we now have 5 queries over on the left. That's starting to populate quite a bit. Step 23. Create a query. All right, so we're creating another query. So we're closing this query, create tab, query design once again. This time, items table, sales archive table. Double clicking to add them both in. I know I'm speeding this up now. So we want item name field, and then quantity and sale total. Quantity, sale total. Okay. Step B, we want to add a calculated field to the right to calculate the value of sale divided by quantity, and we're going to call it cost per unit. So we're going to go ahead and add another column, but this time it's going to be a calculated column. Bear with me, everybody. So I'm going to go up to my builder up here. Here we go. Here's our calculated column. All right, so when you click builder up here in query setup for this 4th column, we're going to do sale total divided by quantity. So first we have to find the field. So here's your Access database. You can click the plus next to that. Here's tables. We're going to click the plus next to that. And we want sale total. So hang on. So that comes from sale archive. There we go. So we're going to click sales archive. That's the table. So we want sale total. We're going to double click that to bring it up here. Divided by, that's the slash. And then double click quantity. So sale total divided by quantity. And that's how you do that. And we're going to name the field cost per unit. So first I'm going to click OK. And you see how it says EXPR1 down here? You should be able to change EXPR1. Let me get there. And I'm going to remove EXPR1 and call it cost per unit. And you got to put that before the colon, so that shows up as cost per unit. Now we're going to run it. And yes, don't freak out if you see hashtags. It's just like Excel, just make it wider. Make it wider and you'll see it. 240 records, that's what I got. That's what I got. Now it says go back to design view and modify it to use the currency format. Now, for those of you that have seen this before, if I click the cost per unit column, oh, we can't just format it there, huh? Okay, let's go back to design view. And we need to change this to the currency format. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the column. It's kind of weird. It's really weird. Let me go back to a data sheet view. All right, so cost per unit. Hang on, everybody. There's a way for me to do this. Nope. Okay, home. It's kind of weird. All right, so back to design view. 1 minute, everybody. Cost per unit field and use the currency format. Okay, over here on the right in the property sheet, format, currency, there it is. Okay, I was in the right place. So now we're setting it up as currency for this column. So I'm going to go ahead and run it again. And there we go. Cost per unit is now in currency format. So again, to get there, I clicked here, went to property sheet, and changed the format to currency. All right. As you notice, sale total does not have that. All right. We're going to save the query as cost per unit query. We're almost done here, everybody. Control S to save, Control V to paste. Now we have 6 queries over there. All right, closing this. Next, we're going to create a parameter query to display sales, so step 24. So include these fields in this order. All right, so it looks like we're doing sales archive, so we're going to go ahead and create query design once again. Closing the property sheet, double-click sales archive, double-click items, close, add tables. All right, in this order, they want it in this order. Date field from sales archive, item name from items, sale total from sales archive. All right. Now it says, use the prompt, enter the sale date. So normally, we would do it like this. So you come down to criteria, you type a bracket, and I'm going to paste in enter the sale date and a closing bracket. So that should give us a dialog box to enter the sale date. So we're going to run the query, and we're going to type in 7/4/2022. So we're going to click run. That brings up enter the sale date. 7/4/2022. So 7/4/2022, click OK. And there are 24 records. That's exactly what they wanted us to get. And we're going to save this one as by date parameter query. So Control S to save, paste in by date parameter query. And that is our 7th query. Step 25. Now we're getting into reports. So we are done with our queries. Now we're at 7 queries. 5 forms, 5 tables. So here we go. We're going to include the fields for this new report. So report wizard. So we're going to create. We're going to come over to report wizard here in the reports group. And we're going to include the fields from the new flavors query. So we're going to find new flavors. There it is. Item name, date, quantity, and sale total. All right, so there's that. We're going to view it by items. It's already defaulting by items, so that's fine. Do not add any additional grouping. Done. Sort the detail records by date. So we're not adding any grouping levels. and we're sorting it by date. Use the stepped layout and portrait orientation. It's already stepped, it's already portrait. Don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to name our report New Flavor Sales Report. So we're just going to replace items with that. Again, I'm copying and pasting, so I ensure that I don't misspell anything. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and just click Finish. And that's what our new flavor sales report should look like with Old Bay at the beginning. Now they want us to switch it to layout view. So we're going to go ahead and change this to layout view. Right now we're in print preview. I'm just going to close print preview. All right. So we're going to make sure we're in layout view. Let's click that and choose layout view. Here we are. All right. So this is what it should look like in layout view. Again, you're closing the print preview, going back into your view menu on the left and choosing layout view. So we're going to display the group, sort, and total pane. So to do that, we're going to click the Report Layout Design tab. And we're going to click on Group and Sort here in Grouping and Totals. Down at the bottom, which I am blocking, I'm just going to move myself over here for the rest of this. I'm going to move this up here with my face for a minute. So down here in the Group, Sort, and Total pane, which is down here, we're going to add new grouping by values in the date field by month. Date field, not by quarter, by month. So we're going to change quarter to month. Okay. Shoot, what just happened? Okay, we're not grouping on item name, we're grouping on the date field. I may have to close that here. I'm going to close that. Cool. Okay. All right, I'm going to be closed on me, so I'm going to go ahead and open this back up in layout view. All right, let's do the group. Let's do the group and sort once again. So I kind of want to just delete that original grouping. I just want to get it back to here where it says group, sort, and total. And I'm going to just add a group. We're going to add the group. What on earth did I do? Okay, I don't want to group it on, okay, date field by month. So here's date, here's by quarter. We're changing it by month. There, it's by month. All right, date by month. So that's what you want down here. So we add a group and we do that. Now, add totals to each group to calculate the sum of the values in the sale total field. So, sum of the value in the sale total field. So I'm going to click on right, that's fine. All right. All right, so I'm going to click somewhere here in the sale total column. Then I'm going to come up here to totals, and we're going to sum them. There we go. And now it created a sum for each one. Okay, so that's how we get that. And then save and close the report. So save it, Control S, and close it. So again, this is what it should look like at the end. Totals for each one here under sale total. And down here under group, sort, and total, it should be group on date. And it should be by month, not by quarter. All right, I'm closing the report now. All right, last step, step 27. Create a new report from scratch in layout view. So new report from scratch in layout view. So here's the report. We're creating it from scratch. So I'm just going to click report. Actually, that was incorrect. Do not do that. Say no. All right, create blank report. There we go. That's what I wanted, blank report. Okay, again, I got to move my face. And I got to move that down for the screen. Okay. All right, on the right, you're going to see field list, show all tables. So it wants us to, yeah, let's go ahead and click that. All right, sales archive table. So we're going to click to the left of that. It wants us to add the date field to the report. So I'm just going to double click date, and it adds it to the report. Add these fields to the right of the date controls. Item name from the items table. So we're going to come down here to items, double click item name over here on the right. Item name. Quantity and sale total. So up here, quantity and sale total. All from the sales archive table. Resize the item name controls so all the item names are available. Now, up here, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and click on one of these labels. Put my pointer to the right and just I'm just going to drag it so I can see all the names. I think that's wide enough. It does say so the sea salt and caramel appears, so there it is. Right, add the item ID field from the items table. Move the item ID controls so they appear to the left of the item name controls. So item ID. So we're going to add item ID, which is over here from the items table. So here's item ID from the items table on the right. We're going to double click it. Now it wants it to appear to the left of the item name controls. So we're going to take notice our mouse turns into a four-way arrow. It wants us to have us drag it left of item name. So you notice how you see this? And there's the arrow. Just drop it. And bam, item ID appears to the left of the item name control. Add the current date to the report header. So here's header and footer. We're going to click date and time. We want the current date. Do not include the time. So we uncheck the time box and we click OK. And now it's on the header. And page numbers centered in the report footer. Use this page number format. So page numbers, I want it in the footer, and they want page N of M, and they want alignment of center. And click OK. And that's it. We're going to save the report as sales archive report. So Control S, paste it, click OK. And now we have two reports right above my head for this project. Saving, all right, so that is part 3. Now we got to verify that we got it right. So it's all saved. I'm closing this. We don't do anything else to the database. Now we're going to pray that this worked. Don't want the backup, I want the regular. All right, folks, let's see if this worked. I'm nervous. If I got anything wrong, I gotta fix it. I'm nervous. I haven't done a capstone before. All right, yeah, so I got a few things wrong on this. Let's see, switch to design view, where was that? All right, so that was popcorn sales. Apply the short date format to the sale. All right, so here's how we're going to fix these things. Here's how we're going to fix this. Let's go ahead and fix this. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my database once again. All right, so this isn't popcorn sales. So I'm going to right-click popcorn sales and go to design view. So it said that I did not apply the short date format to the sale date field. Okay, let's go to sale date. There's short date. So down here, I just started typing a short date. I'm just going to push enter to apply short date to the sale date field. I'm going to save that. I'm just going to check it here. Okay. So that was the first problem. So I have fixed that. That is fixed. Step 24, create the parameter query. So it said does not have the field quantity. Oh, did I skip 24A? All right, hang on. All right, so step 24. Let's go back to 24A real quick. So 24A, create a parameter query. So that was by date parameter query. So let's go ahead and go into by date parameter query in design view. So it said, oh, did I not add the date? Yeah, I did add it. That's weird. I did add it. Huh. Those are the three fields. 1, 2, oh. No, that's correct. Oh, that's so weird. All right, let me go back to the feedback once again. All right. Does not have field quantity, but, oh, quantity and sale total. That's why. Okay. So once again, make sure that you open by date parameter query in design view. I was supposed to add the quantity field. So I'm double clicking it to add it now. Now to move it, you have to actually select the field like that, drag it to the left of sale total like that. I'm just going to run it again. 7, 4, 22, and click OK. There it is. I'm going to save that. So there should have been 4 columns here for the correction on that one. Back to the feedback. 25. Set the so report new flavor sales report is not sorted by item name. So let's go ahead and open up new flavor sales report in layout view. It is not sorted by field item name. Is that 25D? All right, let's check that real quick. 25D. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and recreate 25. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Go ahead and delete this. I'm going to do step 25. I'm going to do step 25 over again. All right, so let's redo step 25. So we're going to use the report wizard. So create report wizard. All right. Include the fields item name from the new flavors query. So item name, date, quantity, sale total. That's the order. View the data by items. Do not add any additional grouping. Sort the detail records by date. And then we save it as new flavor sales report. And finish. Okay, I'm saving this. I'm going to go ahead and resubmit. I'm going to go ahead and resubmit this at this point, just to get those other points back. I only gave myself 3 opportunities at this, so I know this is weird, making corrections at the end, but I've actually never done this project, so I'm troubleshooting the points I missed. All right, so I got those all correct now. So now the last one is 26. So 26B. Add total. All right, so let's do this. That was so weird. So it's the totals. Report new flavor sales report does not have the correct number of grouping levels. All right, let's open her back up. All right, so new flavor sales report. So that's the problem. So I'm going to go to layout view again. All right, so it says add totals to each group to calculate the total sum of the values. Oh, that was in the new sales. I totally must have missed that step for 26A. Ah, okay. So we're adding the values by the date field by month. So if I click group and sort, so we're going to change item name to date. Don't crash. Okay. All right, let's try this one more time. Now it's saying it's open. Awesome. All right, try this one more time. Layout view, group and sort, change item name to date. Damn. Okay. Okay. Bear with me. Bear with me. This is real life. This is real life. Bear with me. To open up my task manager and see if Access is still running. Is Access running? Because it says that it's locked. So my question is, wow, okay. Yeah, it's not running. It shows that it's locked. Okay, I unlocked it. All right, let's try this again. Layout view, group and sort. All right, so it says in the instructions, this is 26A and B, right? All right, let's just get back to the instructions. 26A and B. Add a new grouping, it says. Date, change that to by month, enter. Shoot, what did I just, okay. All right, date, here we go. No, I already grouped on date. Okay, here we go. Ah, it worked, okay. So date, month, that's what I wanted. Okay. Add totals to each group by calculating the sum of the values in the sale total field. So I'm going to click once in the sale total field. I'm going to go to totals. I'm going to click sum. All right, I'm saving this. I'm resubmitting it. That should have fixed the problem. I'm sorry that this was a little convoluted, but again, this is real life. And I have not done the capstone project, so considering I only missed a few, that ain't bad. Oh, all right, viewer mail, that was for you. Thank you very much. Hope anybody gets something out of this, and we'll see you later.